Fourth of July people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome you all. Great 4th of July weekend. I'm going to give you an update on what the hell's today. People came to visit Tubetown. John A-hole Crook pulled a gun out on a child. You know that's in Levy County. Them assholes that do anything? No. It pisses me off. People, you all in Levy County, when's the election for sheriff to come up? You know, I'm just asking, if you can, put that in the comments. I also uploaded video of a yard sale. 206 West County Line Road, Underwood, Indiana. If you're around Scott County, Clark County, Floyd County, you can make it tomorrow. Come on over. You see, they got a whole lot of stuff. And I spent quite a bit of dollars today, which I set it aside because they always have a yard sale every 4th of July week. So, welcome you all. And I went to the Walmart, bought some ice cream cones, plus got some cash back because they had something there that I want. So I get that tomorrow, probably in the morning. Then I have to go do my Friday drive. So I bought me a few hats. You saw the one where I was on the way to the Walmart. You saw that. The other one I got up in the closet is a Mexican hat, it goes all the way around, keep the sun out of your eyes. That. I'm going to have a new table set up. It's bigger than this, a little bit smaller. And you can get a chair and sit in it and sit at the table. I'm going to have to mount the microphone to it and everything, make more room, on the table. Fed all the kitty cats. And I'm going to share a video with you. It's about poetry. It being Noreen Snyder and Dr. I forget what his name is. He's a professor, retired professor. He reads 4 or 5 poems. It's about an hour and something wrong. But what John Crook did in Alders Creek today, it pisses me off, people. It pisses me off. When I know, like it is here in Kentucky, I mean Indiana, if you got a PO against you, the sheriff's department or state police has to take your guns away. How come Levy County has not taken the gun away from John Crook? Even you got video showing that he pulled the gun. Levy County Sheriff's Department ain't gonna do a damn thing. I think they need to be investigated for corruption because it sounds like corruption to me. That Lynette and John Crook followed what the hell's to Otters Creek. That pisses me off. you know, and you know what they done to what the Hales and the mayor of Tube Town. You know, these people came there to visit Tube Town, signed the guest book, and old John Crook pulled a fucking gun out on a child, threatened to kill him. And you know, in my opinion, since you all live in Levy County, the sheriff's department ain't gonna do a damn thing. You see, I got my stars and stripes on. So, well, Noreen Snyder and the doctor do their porn things. I'm not going to interrupt it. Some people likes poems and some people don't. I want you to hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe bell where you get all notifications on anybody's YouTube channel. And I want to thank you for coming up here, watching from the background. If nothing happens, if I do this right, I'm still learning about StreamYard. Have a chat with Poet Noreen, episode 15. I think they do this maybe once a month on her channel. So,
Okay, we're on air now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Have a Chat with Poet Noreen on episode 15. I am Noreen Snyder, your host, and this is Michael Anthony Ingram, um, my guest. Okay, and now I'm going to read his bio. Hello, no, that was muted.
sorry about the
Hello, Sandra,
rebuffing.
and welcome to Have a Chat with Poet Noreen. Okay. Okay. Dr. Michael Anthony Ingram. um, Michael Anthony Ingram is esteemed host and producer of the acclaimed poetry podcast, Quintessential Listening Poetry Online Radio and YouTube at blogtalkradio.com/QL a dash P. A retired university professor, Dr. Ingram is dedicated to utilizing the arts, particularly poetry, to eliminate issues at the intersection of power, privilege, and oppression. An internationally recognized spoken word artist.
Sorry for the rebuffing.
And Pushcart Prize nominee. He is set to release his second book of poetry, When Cherry Blossoms Fall on Black Skin. For more information about the podcast, visit QLPORYT.com. And that was Dr. Michael Anthony Ingram. Okay, we have a comment. Greta K. Faith said it all. Said hi everyone, and
Hello.
And Sandra says thank you. I'm thrilled to be here to listen to your chat with my dear friend, acclaimed indeed, joining you from Connecticut. Okay.
Right.
Hello, Greta. You're welcome. Okay. Hello, Greta and Sandra, and both of you. Welcome to Have a Chat with Poet Noreen. Thank you all. Okay. now we'll get started. Um, okay.
People, before we get started, will you go to her YouTube channel and subscribe to her YouTube channel? She's less than 100 subscribers. When I was in elementary school, maybe junior high too, the teacher used to read poetry to us. Then we had to do a poetry report, do some poetry and get graded on it. I don't know if they do that in school anymore. Okay, let's get back to it because it's about an hour long, people.
Okay, and good evening to Michael, and welcome to much for being here, for being my guest. It is very much an honor. I'm so pleased and honored. Okay,
So am
and
I. So am I.
okay,
Very young people.
okay. I'm not. Can you tell us more about you?
Okay. Let's see. More about me. All right. I am a retired professor. I was professor of counselor education and supervision at Oregon State University in Corvallis, Oregon,
Thank you,
until
people in
I retired.
Oregon.
And then I moved to Washington, D.C. And I am the founder of the DC Poetry Project, as well as the executive director of that organization, and with my podcast, Quintessential Listening, Poetry Online Radio, and YouTube, have an opportunity to converse with poets from all over the world, and that makes me exceptionally happy.
It makes
Noreen,
me happy.
you were a recent guest. Sandy, you
Yes.
know, has been a guest, so I feel like I'm with family tonight. It makes me feel good,
I've been a
right?
guest
I
on
love
the
poetry.
show.
I love it
Yes.
to my core.
Okay, that is awesome. Poetry is beautiful and it's healing.
She's right, people.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I
Okay.
agree.
Okay. And okay, tell us, how did you get started in writing poetry?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Let's see. I didn't really start writing poetry until I turned 32.
And he's in his 60s.
Prior to that, I think I
Mhm.
had created one piece when I was 11 or 12. Earlier than that, too, I'm sure. But at the age of
Mhm.
32, whatever was inside me that needed to be released, poetry served as the vehicle. Picked up a pen one day, back when we used pens, and I couldn't stop writing. I couldn't stop reciting poetry. It's like just morning, noon, and night. I was sharing some poem somewhere in the
Right.
world. Yeah, so I'm a latecomer to
Mhm.
poetry, I believe anyway. So that's been 30 years now. 30 years I've been writing. Mhm.
Wow, wow, that is awesome. Okay, okay. And what what in what kind of poetry do you write about? What do you
Let's see. I
and
write
what
about,
inspires you?
okay, I write about social issues, being a Black man in America, existential angst,
Mhm.
just in terms of understanding who I am, what is my place in the world, how do I fit? I write about those
Yeah.
types of things, those issues. I also write about mental illness, living with mental illness in terms of depression and anxiety. I champion mental health awareness, so I know that poetry serves its purpose in terms of assisting people understand. But it may feel like you live with this inner pain in your mind. So I write
Yes.
about a lot of different things, to be honest. But most of my work I have to do is being uplifting, but I also discuss through my poetry just the gritty realities of being in this world. That's what I wrote about.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. And do you have a poem you would like to read for us?
Yes, I'd like to open with a poem. It's not one of my own. It's a poem by Dr. Maya Angelou, Caged Bird. I love this, and whenever I have an opportunity to attend an open mic, I like sharing this work. All right. So this is my interpretation of it.
Oh,
Caged Bird,
okay.
Dr. Maya Angelou, 1983. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the currents in and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage, and his wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird
Sorry
sings
about the rebuffing
with
people.
fearful
Nothing I can
thrill
do.
of things unknown, but longed for still. And his tune is heard on the distant hill for the caves of freedom. The free bird sings another breeze, and the trade wind song on a but a cage bird, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much. I always loved her
Oh,
poem, that poem there. I loved Maya Angelou's poetry.
yes,
Wow.
yes, beautiful, beautiful piece.
Yes.
And for me, it
Yes, it is.
represents so much that you can feel caged in your own life or by life.
Yes.
So that's why that the poem really resonates with me. That sometimes you do feel caged, and you want to find a way to, break free.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh, we've been having comments too. Okay. Sandra, Yanon says, and we love you and appreciate all your contributions. And Greta said, let me put that up there. And okay, and Greta said, I bet those poems are amazing.
All right.
Okay.
Boy, it's rebuffing again.
And
All
Greta
right.
said, I love this poem.
Make sure you
And
hit the thumbs up, hit
and
the subscribe bell.
Sandra said, wow, what an opening. Okay. And
Send
People, I want you to go to Noreen Snyder's YouTube page. Let's get her up to 100
I said,
subscribers.
thank you.
you're always a cheerleader. You are one.
She's a widow. She lost her husband, I think, 3 to 5
Oh
years
wow.
ago.
Makes me happy that you're here. It really does.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And okay, and what motivates you to get up every morning?
That's you would think that's an easy question, but it's not.
What sucks?
Since retirement, and it's been 16 years, because there's no real need to get up every morning, early. I
Right.
just have difficulty. I mean, I like to lounge around and just enjoy sleeping. So, so in
Yes.
terms of motivation, I need to start exercising again, and I don't know, moving back out into the world.
I don't mean, maybe I should rephrase it. I mean, what motivates you to get up every day? That's what I meant. Instead of that sounds
Okay.
Okay, that sounds better
All right.
every day. Okay.
No problem. I think what motivates me has been what has motivated me in recent years has been my desire to work on my podcast. That's been the motivation, to find ways to bring different people on onto the podcast from all walks of life, from beginning poets to those people with 40, 50 years of experience in the writing field. So that motivates me. That's motivated me to keep that has kept me going throughout the midst of a lot of different storms. But
Hey,
just having an opportunity to work with others and meet new people. So yeah, that's what's kept me motivated.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, because you're doing a really great job. And we have a comment. Tom Cartwright says, "Hi, young lady and young man. Hello to Tom, and welcome to the Happy Chat with Poet Noreen. And this is Dr. Michael Anthony Ingram.
doctor.
And thank you very much. And he has a podcast too on YouTube. And I haven't been on his YouTube in a while, and I need
I bet
to go
she's
back
on
over
here
there.
now
But he's
in the
really
background.
awesome. So you need to check him out. And he
Okay.
really asked me to talk about current issues and everything. And
All right. Very
what was
nice.
it?
Very nice.
Yeah.
And doctor, if you on here, thank you. Hit the sky bell, y'all.
Okay. Okay. And okay. And you said your second book is coming out. Is it already
Yes.
out or is it?
No, I'm hoping by the end of the year. I mean,
Probably
Yeah.
I've
first.
been working on this book, 17 years, and I have a publisher. I've just, it's time to finish it. I mean, the manuscript is pretty much done. It's just that I just need to send it to the editor. And so hopefully by the end of the year, hopefully by the end of the year, maybe
Oh,
early January. Yeah, now that I'm slowing down in terms of the podcasting business, I'll start focusing more on publishing this book. It's time.
okay.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay. What about your first book? Is it? Can you still get that? And where is it? If so, where is it at?
No, actually, the title of the book is Shelling Beans. And this is, it was published 20 the year 2000. So it's 24 years old. So it's no longer in print, no longer in print at all. So this is probably the very last copy. But
Okay.
I hold on to it and I use it.
Okay.
It's kind of like a safety blanket.
Oh yes, I understand. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What are your future projects?
Let's see what's on the horizon. I don't know, to be honest.
Hmm.
I really don't know. I think publishing the book, maybe returning to the workforce in some capacity. I don't know, but part time, of course.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's a great question. It's funny, Noreen, to be quite honest with you. It is
Yes.
so rare that I'm ever interviewed that I am sitting here as nervous, as anxious, and I've interviewed hundreds of people, but I am really nervous. I really am. Am I gonna lie?
Mhm, mhm. Okay. And you have a comment too, Sandra, and Yanon said yes, it's time for your new book. We are all waiting on Collecting Voices live poetry for your return. That is
He
awesome.
does write good poetry, people.
Okay.
He
All
and
right.
poetry.
Mhm. Okay. And okay. And do you have another poem you would like to read
Yes.
for us?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll share another one.
Mhm.
What I had planned to do tonight was to take you on a journey through my life through poetry. So
Okay.
I shared the piece by Dr. Angelou, and this is one of my own. It's titled The Mechanics of Aretha Around Midnight. Here we go. When I was young and oh so misunderstood, I would often close my door and sit on the floor. I would drink ice cold cherry Kool-Aid from a white paper cup and eat large spoonfuls of peanut butter on crackers. I would also listen to music that softly played on the wobbly old brown record player stored in the corner of my room. Sitting in the dark, alone, I listened to cadence sounds and voices carved into disc-shaped black vinyl 45 RPM speed records that skip forward and backwards, deliberately yet playfully repeating the same 1.8 seconds of track. These disc-shaped records produced sounds and voices that spun like whirling dervishes under the dull edges of a rusty turntable needle. Motown was hailed to be the epicenter of the new sounds of young America. Philly soul is served fresh from the city of brotherly love, the jazz of Coltrane, and my favorite, the queen of soul, Miss Aretha Franklin, the gospel and soul siren who crossed over the chasm that is the land of the free, a sun-kissed mockingbird who Calvin's voice created new routes to the moon. A strange mix of audio clicks, pops, and luck groove transported me into 3 whole minutes of love, of pain, of sadness, 3 soulful minutes that round midnight soothed the hearts of my young, misunderstood, and already broken heart.
Oh,
Go to bed, boy. You better not scratch that record. Loudly, breathlessly, I'd often hear outside my bedroom door evil words spewed by my younger sister, a bad mannered girl who regularly wore crimson and cream colored earrings with our mom's sapphire jewel scarf to bed each night. It's like the weekend. 2 tired voices from 2 doors down the hall yelled in unison, "You've both got school in the morning." Lights turned off quickly. Music turned down squeaky low. Still entranced, I'd stay up, moved by the Dutch scratches, audio clicks, pops of the queenful soul, strength, and other heartfelt croonings called into the shaped black vinyl, healing my weak and wounded, beating heart. Thank you.
You're welcome. Wow. Wow. I love that. Wow. I love that because we get to know some part of you as a child, and that
Yes.
is awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that's pretty much a true story. That's a true story.
Yes.
Our parents would tell
Yes.
us to turn off the lights and go to
Yes.
bed, and we were in our respective rooms watching TV, whatever,
no black and white
listening to music.
TV.
Yeah. Wow. Mhm. Wow. And you got another comment from Sandra. She said cherry Kool-Aid and Aretha. What could be better? Music to my ears.
Oh boy, yes.
Yeah.
I've been working on some pieces lately. When I turned 60 last year, that was a revelatory experience. I did not know
He's a young
that
man.
60 would be so difficult. So I've written a series of poems, and I'd like to share 2 of them, if that's okay, about
Yes.
maybe 3 about turning older.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
This is called encapsulated life. Maybe I lived an encapsulated life prior to turning 60. I don't know. Here we go. In the embrace of the nice, gentle sway, I found solace in the quiet darkness, encapsulated within the folds of my blanket. No longer did I yearn to witness the world, for I craved respite from its tumultuous waves. I drew the edges close, shutting out the light, creating a haven where chaos could not reach. Within this shroud of obscurity, I could escape the blinding glare that tormented me, the light that seared my eyes, my mind, and my soul. In this newfound refuge, I could finally begin anew. With the moon as my steadfast witness, I surrendered to the tranquil abyss. Embracing the soothing darkness as my guide, I shut out the blinding light, silenced the night, allowing the comforting embrace of my blanket to console me. So, as I framed growing older, with this comforting blanket no longer feeling comforting, I often wondered, where am I inside my own life, Noreen? So the title of this poem is, Where Was I Inside My Own Life? In the labyrinth of existence, amidst the twists and turns of time, there comes a moment where one pauses to wonder, where was I inside my own life? Was I merely a spectator watching as scenes unfolded before me like a silent film, or was I an active participant shaping the narrative with each choice and action? In the moments of joy when laughter danced on the lips and the heart swelled with contentment, was I fully present, soaking in every sensation, or was I elsewhere lost in the maze of life? In the tapestry of memories that weave together to form the fabric of my life, where was I? Did I embrace each moment with open arms, savoring the sweetness of the present, or did I drift aimlessly, untethered and adrift? Perhaps the answers lie not pinpointing a specific location or time, but in acknowledging the journey itself, the ebbs and the flows, the highs and the lows, the triumphs and the tribulations, for in every moment, however fleeting, I am there navigating the labyrinth of life, discovering the essence of worries and fears, and in the depths of sorrow, tears flow freely and darkness threatens to engulf the soul. Where was I then? Did I confront pain head on, grappling with the turmoil within, or did I retreat into the shadows, seeking solace in the numbness? Where was I when dreams were born, shimmering with possibility and beckoning me towards distant horizons? Did I chase after them with unwavering determination, or did I allow them to slip through my fingers like grains of sand? And where was I when challenges loomed large, casting long shadows across the path? Did I stand tall in the face of adversity, resilience, and unwavering, or did I falter, crippled by doubt and uncertainty? Where was I inside my own life? And this next one
Wow.
is titled
Yes.
Pain and Suffering.
That was amazing.
Pain and suffering, twins born in the dead of night. And I wrote this right after turning 60. 60 candles hiss, spitting shadows that stretch like grasping claws across the walls. Each flickering flame mocks the years that march relentlessly on, their weight heavy on my aging shoulders, sprawled on the dusty armchair. Pain, my brother, brings his laughter, a rasping blade scraping against my spine. Suffering, my sister, watches from the corner. Her eyes are cold and hungry, jewels glittering in the firelight. We share this room, the mausoleum of memories where childhood laughter curled into endless bickering. The battles, barbed and bloody, leave me a weary spectator, my voice swallowed by the din, my thoughts lost in the storm. Today, the crown of 60 sits heavy on my head, a bitter gift for my constant companions. The cake, a sickly sweet confection, mocks the fading embers of my dreams, while their forced merriment chills me to the bone. Who can I confide in? Well, my confidants are these. Who can I soothe? Who can soothe the sting of loneliness? My solace comes with thorns. Am I condemned to this twisted waltz, forever caught in the crossfire? But 60 is not the end, at least not yet. Flicker of defiance sparks in the ashes of my resignation, a fragile ember in the cool heart of my beginning. Perhaps we can break free from this suffocating dance. Step out of the shadows, take my own narrative on the canvas of life, free from their grip. So I raise a glass to them, but to the whispers of my abilities that dance on the edges of the room, to the quiet corners of my soul where hope still dares to bloom. No, 60 is not the end. It's a new beginning, a chance to reclaim myself, to shed the skin of their expectations and embrace my own wings. This room, once a prison, can become a chrysalis where I shed the cocoon of their control and emerge with wings painted in the colors of my own choosing. 60, age of 60 is not the final stage. It's the first chapter in a new story where pain and suffering fade into footnotes, little whispers in the margins of my own. Let them bicker in their dusty corner. I will step into the dawn alone, unafraid, ready to write the final chapter of my story, a story where I am the author, the hero, the singer of my own songs, the poet, the troubadour. And this song at last, will be sung in a voice that is mine and mine alone. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. I love them. I love those poems. Wow. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's awesome. You're very, very talented. And we got some comments here. Okay, the first. Okay, Tom Cartwright said, "You don't look 60. You look you look more like 45."
Tom,
And then
you don't have your glasses on.
Tom Cartwright said, "Can you send me his link if he has a YouTube channel?"
My YouTube channel is still being developed. I've got one, but it's not ready for the general public yet. But I'll let you know. Thank you. Okay. Check out my website. That's a good place to start to find out more about me and my podcast.
Okay. And then Sandra said, where was I inside my own life? You are truly speaking to me tonight. I turned 60 in April. Wow.
Oh, yes. Hey, I mean, we can all have conversations about growing older. It's 60.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. And then she said, Sandra said, "I want to post this poem on my wall to inspire me for the rest of this year. 60 is not the final stage. It's just the first chapter." Yeah. Bravo.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, adopting a positive reframe is so important. So important.
Okay. Okay. Then Tom Cartwright said, "Okay. Okay."
How would you stop reading all of it?
Wait till I'm 66, so I remember Gary always saying, "Wait till you get 70, you're gonna start having aches and pains you never thought you ever had before."
Really?
Yeah.
I love these two people.
Okay. What other hobbies are you passionate about?
I love digital design. For a number of years, well, maybe not. Well, 3 or 4 years. I was a digital artist, so I created a number of digital paintings that were, I'm proud to say, hung in a number of galleries around the world, virtual galleries, of course. But I love digital design. So that's a hobby.
Yes. Yes.
I wish
awesome.
I could do
I know you
that.
tell me about that. Yes.
Yes.
You did. Yes. Oh, and then Tom Cartwright said, "I am 71."
All right, Tom. You're leading the way, Tom.
Yes.
Keep us in tune. Keep us in line.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor.
Okay. Who are your favorite poets and writers? Mhm,
Claude McKay,
mhm,
Bill and Dylan Thomas,
mhm,
Dr. Angelou. I think those are the top three right now.
mhm.
Elizabeth Barrett Browning.
Okay.
We
They're all
talked about her.
okay.
Right. The Barretts and
Okay.
Whipple Street. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yep. Oh yeah. Cause you. Oh, that's right. You're gonna. I meant to get that link from you too about that
Right. You're
movie.
right. Right. I don't, yeah. I'll send it again. I'll send it again. All right.
Okay. Okay. And okay. I know you were saying that you're gonna what's the word you was going to take a break from the Quintessential for
Yes.
the web. Okay. And
On the
okay.
podcast.
Do you think yeah the Quint? I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but I hope I do. Quintessential. Okay.
Mhm.
And can, will the uh will the podcast still be up there for everyone to see on the past ones?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Nothing's really changing other than the fact that I'll not host any
Mhm.
shows for a while. So nothing else is changing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And okay. Okay. And tell us more about the DC Poetry Project Incorporation.
All right. All right. Let's see.
Mhm,
When I moved to Washington, D.C. in 2010, I wanted to find a way to enter
mhm,
the poetry scene here. I don't know
mhm,
why I thought of, I don't know, a
mhm,
nonprofit as a way to do it. But I was with this organization and I just thought that, hey, there are some things that I'd like to contribute to the DC scene on my own. I want to branch out. I want to work with nursing homes and other facilities,
mhm,
places where individuals who live with mental illness reside. I want to bring poetry to the masses in that way. I want to work with the homeless populations. So I did a
mhm.
lot of different things with the DC Poetry Project. Had some good people working with me as well. But it was just, yeah, that's my first love, the DC Poetry Project. It always will be. It's
Wow.
on hiatus right now,
Oh,
but
okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
actually, I don't. Well, I don't want to talk about that too soon. You'll hear more about it. You'll hear more. You'll hear more.
Okay.
Stay
Okay.
tuned. Stay
Okay.
tuned.
Okay. And okay. And you said that you're working on your YouTube channel, but do you have
Yes.
your own website where we can read your poetry?
Not really. I don't know. I had one.
Okay.
I was known for many years as the counseling poet. All right. So I had a website called the Counseling Poet, and and after a while, I just
Yes. Mhm.
stopped using it. So I don't really have my own personal website. One. Thank you, Noreen. I need to start something again.
Okay. Yes, that'd be awesome. Because we all of us I know here would love to hear, would love to see that. Okay. And you have another comment? Sandra said we will miss your hosting, and I'm excited for of you. You should post them in the comments, and he will answer them if anybody has any questions for him. Okay. And okay, there was a question I was going to ask, but I should forget that question because you already said you was retired professor. I was going to ask you
Yes.
your occupation, but I should remember you did say you're retired now. Yeah.
Retired.
Yes. Okay. And do you have another poetry for us? Another poem
Yes.
to read?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to
Okay.
read a set of 3. And this is what I view as being my French sequence. Now, I've never
Okay.
traveled to France, but I just
Okay.
love the culture and the history. So this is my French sequence.
It's rebuffing.
So this first piece is titled Albert Camus, Albert Camus' Sisyphus, a constant struggle in my mind. So in Greek
Mhm.
mythology, Sisyphus was condemned by the gods to an eternal punishment for his deceit. His fate was to endlessly roll a boulder up a hill, only to watch it roll down each time he neared the summit. French philosopher Albert Camus, in his 1942 essay, The Myth of Sisyphus, reinterpreted this tale as a metaphor for the human condition. You remember, I asked the question, how does your poetry convey the human condition? So, seeing this in Sisyphus, excuse me, he found that in Sisyphus's endless struggle, a reflection on our, as human beings, persistent efforts to face life's inherent absurdity. So this poem draws a parallel between Sisyphus's plight and the daily challenges of living with mental illness, depression, anxiety, you name it. It explores how, like Sisyphus, we can find meaning and even a form of contentment in the persistent struggle, transforming seemingly futile task into a source of strength and purpose. So here's the poem. Finally, here's the poem. Here we go.
Okay.
You're right. I read the words of Albert Camus last night. My mind became the hill of Sisyphus. Thoughts, boulder I eternally push, absurd task, yes. Yet in it I find my strength. Dawn breaks, and like Sisyphus, I rise like tornadoes and rage like hurricanes in my mind. Yet an indomitable will keeps me going. The climb begins anew, a familiar battlefield. I read the words of Albert Camus last night. Learn to refute, learn to revolt, as Sisyphus must have learned, not seeking escape, but meaning and repetition. In daily struggles, I uncover fragments of joy. Goes the boulder of my troubled thoughts, down it crashes. Sisyphus's familiar descent. In this fall, I am most aware, most alive, consciousness, my curse and my blessing. I read the words of Albert Camus last night. Passionate nights, as it must for Sisyphus. This ceaseless task reshapes my pain, transforming struggle into insight, anguish into art. The universe, indifferent as Sisyphus' God, yet I persist, propelled by that indomitable will, embracing chaos. I choose to be free, accepting the absurd as my reality. I read the words of Albert Camus last night, so my Sisyphean burden in a new light, not happy despite, because of this fate and this awareness. I create my own meaning, so I climb again and again. Sisyphus reborn, finding purpose in this mental refrain. For in this struggle, not the summit, I forge my path. I read the
Mhm.
words of Albert Camus last night, and I was able to
Mhm.
turn darkness into dawn. This next one is an ode to French director, film director Francois Truffaut, and his movie titled Jules and Jim, 1962.
Okay.
I dreamed of my plan to see Jean. We
Mhm.
are below the cerulean sky, high above the indigo beaches on the Côte d'Azur. She was in the passenger seat, besotted like wine in our love, the delightfulness of Candide still floating in the air. An unexpected knock on the door. Charcoal memories had decided to visit me again, depressed and lonely. They rubbed against me like mating guinea birds. I struggled to understand. I cursed in the lazily daylight. I moaned in the sable-colored moonlight, exasperation escaping my throat. A feeling of dread crawled over my body. Beckett peacefully slept while I waited for Godot, gasped in anticipation of a non-existent character in a play. Perhaps past will repeat itself. I breathed in and out to this thought. I had wrestled obsidian nights before, guiltily held my own bloody defeat, the deafening silence of an unfulfilled life. Victory unattainable in this one-sided skirmish, the war drum is suddenly silent. Murkiness moved on and knocked on a new door. The strains of Lily Marlene in the distance. I dreamed of my plan to see Jean. We are below the cerulean sky, high above the indigo beaches of the Côte d'Azur. She was in the passenger seat, besotted like wine in our love, the playfulness of Candide still floating in the air. He turned left onto Rue the Dawn. This final one is titled, and it said, When I Dream of Paris.
Mhm.
For many African Americans in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, maybe early
Mhm.
60s as well, because of the
Mhm.
racism that existed here in this country, country like
Mhm.
France loomed large because at that time, race was not viewed as the most salient aspect of your existence. People had an opportunity to want to find out more about who you are and not stop at the color of your skin, and then you're defined by the color of your skin rather than being who you are inside the skin. And that's on both sides, to be quite honest.
Yes. Mhm.
So I wrote this piece titled When I Dream of Paris, and ordinarily I set this particular
I hate this.
poem to the
Uh,
music of Claude Debussy's Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun, his French Impressionist orchestral piece. All right, here we go. So When I Dream of Paris. When I dream of Paris, the skies feel its patriot desires, desires that melt and flow like dolly landscapes across the horizon. I walk briskly along the Champs-Elysees, stopping only to drink coffee at a small cafe near the river's edge. I must drink quickly because expatriate desires don't linger long when you live in small town North Carolina, a place where Dolly is better known as the name of the melancholy schoolgirl who lived fast and died young. But when I dream of Paris, my nostrils filled with transporting fragrances, smells that lure and enchant like the city of light itself. I hear the beauty of La Sacré-Cœur, Montmartre, and Montparnasse, and sniff delicately flaws of leisure, that the Luxembourg. I must exhale slowly.
Amen.
When transporting fragrances, don't linger long when they're bundled up in sacks of dirty clothes that your mama washes for neighboring white families. And it's your turn, your turn, your turn, your
There goes that.
turn to sort through them. But when I dream of Paris, the night is filled with the music of Josephine Baker. I eavesdrop as her siren song carves the twilight with whispers of Je des amours. Je des amours. De passion. Mon pays natal est la ville lumière. But I must listen intently because the voice I hear is not that of the affair of Josephine. No, it is the gentle wail of Mrs. Mary Alice Grayson, an old woman my family visits each Sunday at the Greater Peace nursing home. In her room, in her private world, she sways and shimmies all day to the rhythm of the music she alone hears as she smiles and curtsies to the men she knew when she knew no loss or pain. Breathless, antiquated members. She clutches her tattered purse and fingers the red silk rose that is still pinned to her dress. Yet when I dream of Paris, I stop the dream and I awake to a more realistic. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
Wow.
you, Doctor.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love your poetry, Michael. Wow, you're very, very talented. Wow, keep on writing. Don't stop. We have some comments. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sandra said, I hope all these poems will be in your new book. And there is nothing like hearing your transport them with your voice and cadence. Amen to that.
Every poem I share, other than the piece by Dr. Angelou, is in the collection.
Okay. And then she said, Sandra said your poems are explosive vocal experiences. How did you find your unique delivery?
No, that's an excellent question. I always thought that I was so strange the way that I shared my work because it does sometimes appear to be, I don't know, kind of like an explosion in a sense. I think whatever was inside me, Sandy, and to anyone else who's out there, that needed to come out, it materialized in this form and fashion of, for me, when I share my work, I feel like my true essence is, I don't know, all around. That this is me. This is the real Michael. This is the Michael in the middle of the poem, sharing my words in the way that I do it. And while I'm sharing, to be quite honest, I don't care when I'm in it what anybody thinks about my style, whether they like it or they don't like it, especially if they don't like it. I don't really care about that because God gave that to me. And through his power of allowing me to find my voice, I accept it as it is. It took me a long time to be able to do that. But it is what it is. Now, the only thing is that once I leave that state of, I don't know what you'd call it, or I said that essence, that's when the vulnerability sets in again, to be quite honest. Like, oh, what did I say? What did I do? But when I'm in the middle of it, it is what it is. I'm not sure whether that answers your question I hope it answers some of it. I don't know.
Mhm.
Did that make sense,
Mhm.
Lori?
Mhm. I think so. Yes. 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 And okay. 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 I think. Okay. Sandra said, "Yes, I feel
Well,
your essence.
Sandra,
It generally connects if one, it connects if one is leaning into listen. I love being inside of the experience with you.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. And oh, and I do have another question. What do you
Just,
prefer, free verse or when you write poetry? Would you be prefer or any of them or all of them? Free verse, structural, poetic forms, or a freestyle?
I guess, free verse. Some of my poems rhyme. When I first started, again, I'm not a
Mhm.
trained poet or anything, so I didn't know. So I started with
Mhm.
everything rhyming, but then I branched out from that because I wanted to, I guess, free myself. So
Yeah.
free verse, yeah, for the most part,
Mhm.
yes.
Okay. And I'm learning about freestyle. I don't know. I because my last guest Gina Storm, she does freestyle, and I never done
I don't know
it.
the
Have you ever done
difference. I'm
freestyle?
not that smart.
Freestyle where you should somebody give you give you a topic and you should
I think that's
start
what they did when I was
doing a
in
poem right
school.
there without writing it down. Should say it out loud in front of
Hmm.
We got
people.
graded on this back in the old days of
Mhm.
elementary and junior
Mhm.
high. But I guess they don't do this in
I know
school
freestyle,
anymore.
but I guess I never
Yes,
thought about it in terms of it being termed freestyle as a poem. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Some spoken word can be viewed as freestyle in a sense because you can be given
mhm,
a prompt and you can create a poem on, in the spur of the moment. So I don't know. So
yes,
I guess it's just semantics, I guess.
yes, yes. Because I'm just learning about it through Gina Storm, so that's
Mhm.
why I
It's nice.
asked. Yes, but I never done it. I don't think I could do that. Okay, and does anyone else have any comment? I mean, a question for him? Mhm. Okay. Um. Oh, and how did you come up with the name Queen Quintessential?
Quintessential. Listen,
Mhm.
okay.
How did you come
Quintessential
up with
listening. All right.
yeah?
Wow, that's a good
Mhm,
question. I don't know.
mhm.
I think I
Okay.
wanted to create a
Mhm.
podcast with a title that, wow, that's a great question. I'll have to come back to you. I'll get back to you with that one. That's a good
Okay.
one.
Okay. Okay.
That's a real good one. Okay. Okay, I'll
Mhm.
answer it. I got to answer. I guess this is freestyle. I'll answer it.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I wanted to
Right.
provide a forum. I wanted to create a forum for the best of the best. And when I say
Yeah.
the best of the best, the quintessential piece, that could be a person who just started writing poetry last night
Mhm.
and one who's been writing for years. So
Mhm.
quintessential, I viewed as being has a very broad breadth I don't know. I'm still working on formulating an answer, but I think that's it. It's the best of the best.
Yes.
It's quintessential. It's needed. It's important. Whether you're a beginner, middle, or toward the end of your journey. So, but I'll have a great answer next time we talk.
Okay. 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 And
And you stumped me with
and
that.
People, why don't they do poetry like they used to? You know, I know when I was young, people always reading poetry, and it was great. You people on your YouTube channel, you can start doing poetry. Will that help you out on your YouTube channel? Maybe, maybe not. So let's subscribe to Noreen Snyder's YouTube channel. Let's get her over 100 subscribers. I think she's in the 80s or 90s on YouTube subscribers. Let's get her up to 100. 66 years old. She don't look 66. She lost her husband 3, 4 years ago. And Dr. Ingram, he doesn't look like he's 60 years old. I hate to say it, but he doesn't look like it.
Oh, the peculiar quirks of love's demise. Once tangled in his deceptive allure, tasted the bitter onion of affection just once. More than enough. I steer clear of love's grim farewells that leave a sour taste in my mouth. This is Black Alice in Neverland.
Mhm.
Alice, with skin like rich Carolina soul, grew up in a small town where life hummed with the scent of mama's sweet potato pie and the steady rhythm of hot-boiled cornbread bubbling on the stove. Her childhood brimmed with dreams as vast as her grandmother's patchwork quilts,
I love
visions
this
of a
guy.
future painted in golden sunlight where everything would be perfect.
Mhm.
Years flew by like cotton balls in a delta wind. Alice, now with threads of gray at her temples, still spun tales of perfect children. And her husband, a pillar of the community with a shining career. Her smile, bright as sunrise on tobacco fields, never faltered as she shared these stories. But those who knew her best saw the flicker of doubt in her eyes, the tremor in her hands as certain whispers. They would chuckle privately, for they knew the truth, and watched her public facade crumble slowly like a weathered horse like a weathered porch swing under relentless rain. Alice never sang in the choir. Her voice often rose from the back pews, husky with unshed tears. She swayed in an imaginary robe of purest white, notes dancing on her lips, even if their meaning remained a mystery. Her song, a defiant echo in the face of hardship, became his own imperfect perfection. Because behind closed doors, Alice danced a grueling marathon with demons. Her husband, the pillar, a man who could charm mockingbirds from trees, was her unwavering, merciless partner. He turned a tempest without warning, his fist flying like fury, striking her face like lightning, leaving behind a storm of bruises and unspoken pain. When the musical violence paused, he'd whisper, I love you, baby. You know I do. And he'd plant a wet kiss on her raw, no longer perfect cheek. And Alice, exhausted but unable to leave the dance floor, having heard his lies about changing so many times before, with a heart scarred but broken, would believe him again and again and again and again and again and again. The marathon continued with no winner in sight. In a world where shadows played hide and seek with the sun, Alice's spirit remained a defiant sunflower. Her perfect thoughts may have scattered like dandelion seeds in the wind, but in their place grew something stronger. The quiet courage to keep singing, even when the melody trembled, even when perfection slipped away like the shoes forgotten on the front porch during a hard southern rain. Here's one.
Okay.
Forgotten so early this morning, Noreen. You ready? Crumbs of a new beginning, finding a chance to escape the familiar sting of fire
buffing.
as he lay there. Zora Neale Hurston's words in 1928, tinged with wry defiance, brought a ghost of a smile. Sometimes I feel discriminated against, but it does not make me feel angry. It merely astonishes me. How can anyone deny themselves the pleasure of my company? It's beyond me. Forgotten Soul woke up early this morning scared. He felt suspended between despair and possibility. He didn't know if he could outrun the storm. Perhaps, just perhaps, he could find shelter within himself. A sunrise brewing in the wreckage of his night. He still yearned for the comfort of darkness, the rain's mournful lullaby, but the first rays of dawn held promise, however faint, of a different kind of rain, one of cleansing, of renewal, of a soul no longer forgotten, but finally found. He would step out into the rain, not fleeing, but facing it, signing his first stride towards being remembered. As he gazed at the morning light, he was paradoxically feeling so sharp and numbers. He had traded oblivion for a new cage, bartered freedom for a paycheck. As he lay there, he recalled memories of watching the double episode of Good Times in 1974 when James suddenly died and Florida didn't cry until she was cleaning up the apartment after the funeral. As she carried a punch bowl to the sink, she suddenly stopped and dropped to the floor, and she screamed out the immortal words, damn, damn, damn. All right.
Wow. I love them. They're, wow. Phenomenal. Okay.
Thank you.
Can you some comments? Tom Cartwright said, I am thinking of sharing this video on YouTube Thursday or Friday around 8 p.m. Tom Cartwright 4375 on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and you will know when I went live. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And
Thank you.
What? Yeah, thank you. Okay. And then Sandra Yanan said, you live in the belly of our national government. How do you stay so inspirational and uplifting with the weight of everything around you?
Well, I guess for all of us, or many of us rather, it's growing more difficult to stay aspirational and uplifting.
Mhm.
I would say this too shall pass, but I don't know. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't answer that one. That's another tough one.
Mhm. Okay. Mm. And anyone else has any questions for him? Okay. Do you remember the Oh, okay. Sandra said that's real, my friend. Mhm. Yes. Mhm. And do you remember your first poem that you ever
My
wrote?
doctor seemed like a very nice
Actually, I do. I don't,
person.
Okay.
and I have it. I have it. No, oh, no, I don't. No, I don't.
Oh
No, I
wow.
don't. But
Mhm.
I wish I quit rebuffing.
On the website, and it don't have to be a poet. You can be a writer. You can be a musician, artist, painter, a, a dancer, whatever, a guitar, a musician, um, a singer, songwriter. And it's all about wanting change, to change the
What
world.
much we got left of that?
Mhm.
you're nice. I like that.
Mhm.
Like that a lot.
And yes, and yes, in California over there,
About
um,
10 more
they
minutes.
have a college. I forget the name of the college over there, and they take everything that is do with 100,000 poets for change. They put it up over there for anybody in the future who wants to learn more about 100,000 poets for change. Mhm.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's talk further about it. I like that.
Okay, okay, okay. Mhm. Does anyone else have any questions for Michael? Mhm. 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 Um, okay. Do you have any more poetry you would like to read? It seems like we can't get enough of your poetry. We can't get enough of hearing you read your
Hey,
poetry because you're so
I'm running out of steam, but I'll try one more.
okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Sandra, you're a very
Okay.
nice young.
I'd like to, yes, I'd like to read one, and I'd like to dedicate it to my friend Sandy. Sandy is a world-class poet herself, and her
Mhm.
father passed away not too long ago.
Mhm.
So her father reminds me of my father. And this piece is about my father, but I see Sandy's dad in this too. All right. And the title is
Okay.
Throw Me Another Biscuit Around the Corner.
Yes.
I can remember Sunday mornings when the whole family would get up to eat. We'd all hustle to the kitchen table in shirt of our favorite seat. We'd wait patiently until the food was on the table and silently thank God for making all things able. Go ahead and eat, our mama would say. Always remember to thank the Lord for each and every day. In the kitchen, you could hear the loud clicking of the plates, spoons, and knives as we all scrambled for the grits, eggs, and bacon that we knew would keep our young bodies alive. Sometimes the noise in the kitchen was so great, it would make you wonder what we were doing to those plates. Yet no matter how loud we got on those Sunday mornings, there was one sound that came indisputably clear. It was the booming voice of our dad, who had taken his plate into the den. He knew that he could not eat in peace in the kitchen because it often sounded like a freight train had roared in. Throw me another biscuit around the corner, if you please. And like Satchel Paige, we'd fight to see who could sail and throw one his way. Our daddy was a big old tall and burly black man who never had to worry about a biscuit. When it sailed through the air, he would catch it in the palm of his hand with his usual style and flair. You see, our dad, as a younger man, had aspirations of becoming a great baseball star. He played shortstop and left field for the Rockingham Giants and High Point Braves, so athletic abilities were known both near and far. Yet, like many men whose lives take a sudden family turn, a career in baseball became one that he forever yearned. So when he'd holler, throw me another biscuit around the corner, if you please, all of us would shift sideways, step and throw, all of us hoping to the dear Lord that this biscuit did not overshoot him out and hit flow. Daddy, come in the kitchen and get your own biscuit, my mama would say. No, he replied,
This on
I can
Sunday.
catch it like I did
Come
back in the
on,
day.
Dad.
Daddy, we'd say, your hands look like they can't take it anymore. Yes, I know, he'd wistfully say, but I can still catch a biscuit just like I was a pro. Although we all knew that our daddy's jet black leathery hands had been numbed and stiffened by years of hard work, toil, and sweat, we all knew his strong hands had not given up. So throw me another biscuit around the corner, if you please, while I sit here and thank the Lord for the lip-smacking goodness I'm going to receive. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That is
Now,
awesome.
that's a true
I
story.
love that.
That's a true
That is
story.
beautiful. Wow.
It's a true story.
Wow. Wow.
My mom would say, my dad's name is Max. Max, please come in the kitchen. No, no, no. The kids, they can throw me one. They can throw me.
Wow.
Oh, we would. That would be so funny for all of us, four of us, trying to find which one is going to throw that and really hoping that it would hit the floor.
That is awesome.
He never knew that. But we
Wow.
we talked about that recently. He doesn't remember as well, but my brothers and sisters, we were.
Hey, ain't the doctor
That's what you said,
funny?
Dave.
Yes. And then she said uh, uh first she said biscuits for everyone. Then she said
Let's bring it up where you can see it.
If you please.
if you please. Then she said, wow, love you. And then she said, thank you for that, for our that. Yeah.
Or hard working dads. Hard working dads.
Yes.
For hard working dads. They work with their
Yeah.
hands.
She's up to
They
90
work with their
Yes.
hands
subscribers, people.
Mhm.
Let's get her up to 100.
and work long past the time that they needed to be working. I know my dad.
Yeah.
To keep us
Yes.
going. You know?
Yes. And thank you for that too. You know, you must have a awesome great dad. And thank
Yeah, he's a good man. He's a good man. He's a good man. I mean, he gave up everything for us. You know?
yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow, I love that. Okay. Anyone else have any questions for him? If you do, you can put in the comments. Mhm. And and when you do your second book, when that comes out, are you planning on doing any more books after that?
Look,
Yes.
it took 17 years to put this one together.
You never too old. You never too old.
That's true. You're never too old, people.
I think what I will do though, I will close, if that's okay, with the one I wrote for my mom. You've heard it
This is
before,
to
Shelling
all
Beans.
your
Okay.
moms
So I'll
out.
close
Okay.
with that one. And, and we can go. All right then. I've never had an opportunity
Okay.
to share them both back
Okay.
to back, so that's why I'd like to do it.
Okay. That'd be awesome. Yes.
Thank you. She passed away 2 years
You're
ago,
welcome.
and I wrote this as a tribute to her. When I was young, 30 years ago, I had traveled home to North Carolina to visit my parents, and my mom had asked me to shell some beans, kind of like shucking corn,
I've
peeling
done
potatoes,
that
all
too
those
when I
things.
was young.
And I didn't want to do it. I was in my doctoral program at the time, and I thought, oh, I don't do that kind of stuff. But I was sitting there, sitting on our front porch, thinking, you know, all the time she's oh, okay, here we go.
Okay.
Give me a second. Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
In a small southern town, not too far from the one that you no longer claim, I recently visited my mama. I needed to get away from the maddening crowd, the boastful talking aloud. Now, I am no longer what I once was. I left that back there just because. I needed to see her face. Behold, the original originator of a race. I need to let my mama know that her son was truly on the go. You see, in the grand scheme of life, mine was clearly without strife because I had overcome small town mentality, embraced big city formality. I was a dynamo to let my mama know that I had become all that and more. In the kitchen, there she sat, big, beautiful, black and fat, smiling from ear to ear. Her baby was home too long, had he been gone. Yachts done come. Oh, pleasant as she snickered. You see, some of her boys were in jail, so jealousy oft time flickered. Mama, and a loud voice I proclaimed for you, the world I've tamed. I'm bigger than big, bolder than bold. When I walk, my way is paved with silver and gold. So ask me, Mama, about the places I've been and the people I've seen. You need some money? Here's yours. My pockets are filled with green. Come, son, she said, in a voice both nice and sweet. Come sit here at the table and help the old mama while she's still able. What a day I've seen. Grab that sack and help sell these beans. Mama said with an incredulous voice, I came back here by choice. I've been out walking with kings and queens. I don't remember anything about shelling beans. You see, shelling beans is for the common man. I gave that up when I left the land. So ask me, Mama, about my plate of riches. You need a new dress? I'll buy you one in lace with those stitches. She looked at me in her wise old way. Although I did not know exactly what she would say, I knew that it would contain the wisdom of the ages. You see, she lived a good life. Therefore, her life book was full of pages. She said, son, don't ever forget, no matter how big you get, that life's about more than being able to walk with kings and queens. Life's about remembering how to do the common and simple things like shelling beans. You see, shelling beans is a time-honored task. And if you don't remember how, then I should have never asked. What means that you've forgotten that true wealth comes from the fruit of the earth. What is its real worth? Oh, my son, tell me your story. Is it only of the riches and the glory, or is it also of remembering how to do the common and simple things like shelling beans in addition to all that you see? Mama said in a sheepish voice that trembled but not by choice. I do remember, and I grabbed that sack and helped shell those beans, and we shelled for went on like hours it seemed. But on that day, I did not mind shelling beans because I shelled them the feet of a queen. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. That's very beautiful. Thank you. I love it. Wow. And you do have we have a comment here. And Sandra said I just have lots of love for this amazing evening of poetry. Thank you, Noreen. What a joy to be here tonight. You're very welcome, Sandra. Okay. And then she said, Sandra said, amazing magic beans. Here's to the queen. Yes, I agree. Wow. Wow.
And you're a wonderful mother as well, Sandy.
Yes. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, that's all I got, Noreen. I don't have any more.
Okay. Okay. This
Oh,
has
my
been
dad.
awesome tonight. And I want to thank you very much, Michael, for being here
Thank you
tonight as
too,
our
my
guest.
friend.
And
Oh,
you
Matt, Noreen.
were incredible, awesome.
Like to see
You're very, very
the
talented
100
and gift from
subscribers.
God. And so thank you so very much. And I'm hoping that after your second book, you'll be writing more and more and more books out there. All you
All right. Thank
and
you.
putting your poetry out
Thank
there
you so
for us
much.
to hear too. And
Well,
very
thank you for making me feel welcome. Thank you. I calmed down a lot. I'm no longer nervous,
okay,
so
I'm
thank
so
you.
glad. I'm glad you're very welcome.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to also thanking Sandra, Tom Cartwright, and uh, um Greta, and and everyone else who's on here tonight. And thank you all very much for coming here and supporting
That's
Michael
okay.
and supporting this. Okay, and thank you all very much. And thank you all.
Thank you
And
all. Thank you.
okay, and thank you very much, Michael. And I wish you all success in your book and everything you do. I wish you success in all you do.
All right, my
We need
friend.
more
Thank you.
people like you, which is awesome. And thank you for all that
We
you
need
do in
more
the
people
poetry
like
world
us.
too.
All right.
Like
Take care,
us.
everybody.
Yes, like us. Okay, take
Good
care.
night.
Okay, good night, everyone. And good have a good night. Remember, you're never too young or too old to live your dreams. And you can do new ones too. Oh, there's another and you can oh that was it. Okay.
That's it.
Have a great night. And God bless you. And we love you all and God loves you too. Thank you.
All right. All right.
Until next month. Okay. Bye. Okay.
I want to thank you, people. I knew Noreen was. Yes, he is. You know, Noreen, I remember, I guess it was elementary school, maybe junior high. That's how long ago it was. I remember the teacher reading poetry to us. Then we had to write some poetry and get graded on it. But I can remember from school. But I guess they don't teach poetry in school anymore. And like I said, you don't look like you're 66. Dr. Ingram doesn't look like he's 60. He says, I need glasses. No, I just got him last year, but he don't look 60. You look at me, I'm 70 plus, but I feel like I'm about 95 to 100 years old the way I feel. And I told you I would share it either tonight or tomorrow. I figured since this is 4th of July and people's probably staying at home or they're out somewhere getting ready to watch the fireworks. So I kind of like him. His poetry is pretty good. Okay, people, that's the song. Time to get off of here. I'm going to go out sit in my yard. Usually, somewhere close to me, somebody's shooting fireworks off. They do it every year. You know, $300 to $500, I could go down and buy me some fireworks, and it'd be good fireworks. You know, it'd be bad as thunder over Louisville and another show they doing tonight. I'm thinking it's either football team. I don't know if it's U of L or U of K. One of them groups of people is having fireworks tonight over in Louisville. Same group of people that put on Thunder over in Louisville. And people ask me, will I do it again in 25? Yes and no. The bad part about it, people, there's some countries that got me on copyright. I didn't get punished for it, but I explained it to YouTube and all this. And I'm hoping everybody have a 4th of good July this year. Be careful with the fireworks. And I want you all to go watch what the Hales that he done today. John Crook, the asshole, sorry people, pulled a gun out on a young couple and their child at Toontown, threatened to kill them. And you know, Levy County ain't gonna do a damn thing about it. You know, I think they're crooked. I think somebody should investigate the corruption of Levy County Sheriff's Department. That's only my opinion. But to me, they're the worst. Same to you, Noreen. You know, that, that went a big boom. I bet my kitty cats is hiding outside. But, and people who lives around me, you know, Scottsburg, Henryville, Underwood, Clark County, Scott County, Floyd County, or Jefferson County, which is Madison, Indiana. There's a yard sale that went on today, and it's going to happen tomorrow at 206 West County Line Road, Underwood, Indiana. It's a family yard sale they have every year around the 4th of July. They got some good things. And you saw the video that I uploaded. You saw things that Kenny has. You saw that 6 to 8 men tent, which he's asking for $50 for that. Then Kenny had two, I guess you call them red canopies. If you might be a U of L fan, so I think it's red. It's a small one. I think $25 a piece, I think. He had some chairs out there. I think it was $2 a piece, but you have to come and look at it. Then they got stuff in his dad garage. If you like M&M collector items, they got stuff there that's M&Ms. They had two weed eaters for sale. They got a lawnmower for sale. And if you like yard sale, you live in my area of Clark County or Scott County, you can stop in. It's, I think, around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning until question mark, you know. So he had an air mattress. He sold that real cheap today. He probably have another air mattress because he was going to Walmart and get him a full size air mattress where he won't roll off of the twin. So he might have another one for sale tomorrow. Like I said, you see the video that I uploaded an hour or so ago, and you see some of the stuff that Kenny has, his mom and dad and brothers has at the yard sale. So I want to thank you all. I appreciate you all coming here tonight. And people who watch this later from Russia or wherever you're at in the planet, make sure you go to Noreen Snyder's YouTube page. Subscribe to her channel. Give her the thumbs up. If you like poetry, you'll love her channel. She had a special guest on back on July the 2nd. I just aired it today on the 4th. And Dr. Ingram, he said he's 60, but he don't look 60 to me. And Noreen, I said she was 66. She don't look 66. She looked maybe between 45 and 55. She don't look 66. But that's okay, people. It's starting to get dark outside. I have to go to the bathroom, then I'm going to go outside and see if I see the people down there along the highway shoot any fireworks off. Sometimes I can see it from my house, or I have to walk out in the main road and watch it. So I want to say thank you all. Thank you for coming in tonight. Thank you, Noreen. And anybody else who was in there, God bless you all. I want to say hi to your people in Russia. I know it's in the morning hours. I like to thank you all for watching. And the song that I played, which I didn't get punished for, but they said it was copyrighted. But it's the girls singing the song. I think they talk about apples and pears along the river or the lake. I think that's a sweet, lovable song. And I got in trouble for it. I like Russia. Russia got some pretty good women, good looking women. Like that one, she's a blonde with blue eyes and wears like a crown or some kind of little hat up there. I think that's very cute. So, people, you all have a great 4th of July. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe bell, hit the subscribe bell until you see all notifications. And next month, I do another one of Noreen and Dr. Ingram. I think they do that once a month. But I think Noreen, correct me if I'm wrong, Noreen, I think she does a video live stream with her poetry. And let's try to get Noreen up to 100 or more subscribers. You know, poetry is good for us people on this planet. You know, anybody can do poetry. You people on YouTube can start writing poetry and put it on YouTube. you heard what Dr. Ingram and Noreen done, you know. So I want to thank you all. God bless you all. Good night. Have a great Friday weekend coming up. So you all have a good day. And I want you all to go watch What the Hales today, where John Crook. Okay, Noreen says, have a chat with Port Noreen, have a different guest each month. That's I want to thank you for that. I'll put that up there, people. And she does poetry. I think that's the second time that I've done something on Noreen with Dr. Ingram. So you all have a great 4th of July. Be careful. Pay attention to what you're doing. Also, people, I want you to go to What the Hales and watch the video he done today where a couple and a child stopped by Tube Town. And a-hole John Crook pulled a gun threatening to shoot those people. And they called the law. I don't know what George and them had on the video of it. But will Levy County arrest John Crook? Hell no. Sorry, people. But that makes me mad when you got a crooked Levy County Sheriff's Department. And you people out there as police officers and lawyers on this planet, you know if you get a PO against you, you can't have any guns. How come John Crook still got his gun? How come he shoots it at the neighbors? Why can't damn Levy County Sheriff do a damn thing? You all Levy County Sheriff's Department crooked down there? Are you on the take? Or, or are you sleeping with Liar Preston? I guess you all sleeping with her since she's a pole dancer. That's what it is. But that's okay. Okay, Noreen Snyder said, let me put that up there in the chat where you all can see it. Poetry Club Saturday night show is every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you go to Noreen Snyder YouTube channel and you see the picture there. That's what you look at. That's her late husband. I think he'd been dead 3 or 4 years. I forgot what she told me back months ago. She's a widow. And she's in the state of Florida, if I remember right. If you all in the state of Florida, you know Noreen, ask her if she needs anything. A ride to the grocery store or the church or the post office, anything like that. So I want to thank you all. See you later. I might do live stream on the way to Charlestown tomorrow. And go to the post office, pick up my medicine. Maybe. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out in my yard and see if I can see the fireworks. I'm going to walk down to the end of the road and get on the county road, walk down to the highway, see if I see any fireworks. If I do, I might use my camera and record it and come home and upload it. So God bless you all. Thank you all very much. It's nice to have you here on 4th of July.